Hello, my brothers. I'm going to talk about something that caused quite a stir. When I mentioned that false prophet, the fake King David, call him what you will, he had this crazy habit of killing and mutilating people. When I said he'd bite off men's parts, people were shocked. Some were scandalized naturally. Can't touch their patriarchs, right? Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Moses, Elijah, Solomon, David. Mess with these church heroes and you're in trouble. It's not just today's corrupt pastors, mind you. When Isaiah warned of false prophets, he meant these guys. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Moses, Elijah, Elisha, Solomon, David, all frauds. Isaiah was calling out these dogs. The Messiah died for this. Moses wrote the law to kill the Messiah. I've made videos explaining this. Check them out. Videos about Moses, the devil God himself. But back to the topic, my brothers. In the hangout, I said David bit off penises. Those people were demonic. Realize that Moses, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, David, Elijah, they were all demons. Now you'll understand what I meant. Let me explain so you can grasp it. Back then they were so crazy, oaths required holding another's penis. It's absurd, isn't it? Imagine swearing an oath, let me grab your penis. Such madness. That's how insane they were. The Messiah clearly showed us everything about these people. He spoke a lot, but many still don't understand. Brothers, it's crazy. Look at the Messiah saying, do not swear at all. The Messiah warned, don't swear. Let your yes be yes, your no be no. Anything beyond this is from the devil. So swearing comes from evil. Look at the Messiah blasting those false prophets, my brothers. Remember, let your yes be yes and your no be no. Anything more comes from evil, from the devil, from false prophets. Why did the Messiah say this? Oh, don't swear. Not at all. Don't swear, because if you do, you'll die. Back then, if someone broke an oath, oh boy, watch out. It was either by sword or by tooth, depending on the situation. Now I ask you, don't you think this was true? Some people were scandalized. That's fine. Now you'll understand. A certain, let's say, how can I explain this to you? Like a certain slang from that era. You're about to understand now. When someone took an oath, those crazy folks had to hold the person's penis and swear. Can you believe that? Imagine if this caught on today. I bet some of you are liking this idea, aren't you? Just think if this became a thing nowadays. Everyone would want to take oaths all the time. Lots of folks would be swearing left and right. They'd be on Paulista Avenue in London, Paris, everywhere, taking oaths on the streets. That'd be something, wouldn't it? People would, absolutely ridiculous. But let's move on. Back then, folks were so wild that to make a promise, you'd grab the other guy's junk. You'd hold it eye to eye. Grab their privates, looking right at them. Listen up, eye to eye. And if you pay attention, Look me in the eye. If you broke, if you listen up, you'd make an oath by holding the person's privates back then. Those crazy Jewish folks at that time. Not sure if it's still like that today. I don't really care either. To each their own problems. I don't want to know about those people anymore. Those folks? Nah, I'm out. So, when making an oath, they'd grab the privates, look eye to eye, and swear the oath. That's where a certain slang from that time came from. Look, if you break the oath, you see this, right? You're looking me in the eye, aren't you? If you break the oath, it's an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Got it? No. Look, people would swear. Those crazies back then, they'd make an oath. The Messiah warned not to swear. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. Anything beyond that comes from the devil, fallen angels. Never swear. And people then would swear, but the Messiah knew that system. The person would swear eye to eye, holding the other's privates, making an oath. A slang term emerged from this practice. Look, you made an oath eye to eye. If you break your oath, it's tooth for tooth. Brothers, the madness. Listen, this Old Testament is, it's the worst. If you read every detail, you'll find shocking things I can't mention here. I just said Abraham and King David went to kill people. I ask you hypocrites, when will you wake up? The Messiah said no one spoke to the Father. How can you claim the Messiah spoke to those false prophets? When will you wake up? When? The Messiah said no one's seen the Father or spoken to the Mother. No one. The true prophets knew the Father from the past. They came down here from above, so they knew what to do. They recalled what the Father said up there and came here. Watch the previous videos to understand better. I asked, did crazy King David kill and mutilate people? Eye for eye, tooth for tooth? They didn't obey. Neighbors kept their oath. David killed everyone, mutilating them. Sword, tooth, eye for eye, tooth for tooth. But okay, that's nothing. There are worse things, much, much worse. Brothers, the Messiah warned, don't swear on earth. Let your yes be yes and no be no. Anything beyond that comes from evil. Those people lived swearing. Imagine that. Just imagine such a thing. You approach someone and say, I'll swear, drop your pants so I can grab your junk. Forget that crazy idea they made up about showing your privates to enter heaven. It's absolutely insane. They say if you're not circumcised, the devil will be at heaven's gate checking everyone. These people are obsessed with genitals, aren't they? It's unbelievable. To make an oath, grab your privates. To enter heaven, show your privates. What's wrong with these people? Our Father's ways are simple and true, as are our Messiah's. It's not the madness you read in the Old Testament. Look at the apostles. Look at the Messiah. The pigs claim to follow the Messiah. So I ask you, stubborn pigs, do you truly follow the Messiah? You should have learned by now that Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Moses, David, Elijah, Solomon, and all those so-called prophets are false prophets. If you truly follow the Messiah, you'd repeat what he says. The Messiah says no one has spoken to the Father or heard his voice. Yet you insist the Messiah spoke to Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Moses, David, the very devil the Father sent an angel to give the 10 Commandments to. When you give something, you don't give it to just anyone, but to the owner. So the Father sent the 10 Commandments to them. And then the Father said, my true children, One thing, you're not giving it to someone in the house, but to the owner of the house. So the Father sent the 10 Commandments to them. Then the Father said, my true children hate you. Listen, the true ones will understand what I did. I sent the commandment to the devil, Moses, and he'll change it. He made hundreds of commandments, changed everything to kill everyone, just going around killing everyone. And so the people chosen by the Father understand when they read it. It's that simple. Now, if the stubborn, hypocritical pigs won't change, there's still a bit of time left. They'll insist on their mistake, and the more they do, the deeper they sink. Deeper into the muck, because the Messiah isn't a liar. He said those people had never seen or heard the Father's voice or seen his face. And you're telling me those people saw him? Well, my friends, it's to each their own. Now, I forgot to mention our fellow creators' channels during the Hangout. I'll put the links here for those who joined me in the Hangout. A big shout out to all of them. I'll share their channel names, not just Hangout participants, but others I watch too. I'll list their channels here, folks. Go check them out, subscribe. Remember, we're all one community. Subscribe and watch their videos. They share lots of interesting content. They're already discussing things I plan to cover in a year or two. So check out our brothers' channels, subscribe, and watch their videos. You'll see, my friends, they're sharing lots of interesting stuff. Remember, we're a family, and families stick together. The Messiah never worked alone. He called 12 apostles. Why? To help, my brothers. That's how it works. We're family, all in this together. The Messiah gave bread and sent apostles to share it worldwide. Now, the 144,000 sealed and 12 witnesses will do the same. Everyone who receives their bread must pass it on. Don't just consume it. Receive the bread of life and share it. To avoid family conflicts, what can you do, brothers? Make a video, pick good clips, create a montage about Moses or other topics. Make a clever montage, put it on DVD, slip it in their mailbox, brothers, and say nothing. Just deliver it to people without a word. This way you'll avoid arguments and fights, because you know how it is, man. Family's the worst, seriously. Teaching relatives is tough, so do this. Make CDs, drop them in mailboxes, keep it secret, deliver, share the word, brothers, and remember, it's free. Free stuff, brothers, must be shared. Don't forget, brothers, the channel names will be on screen. Check them out. They're saying interesting things. Their channels will be here, and soon I'll do another hangout to cover more ground. This year, brothers, we got to step up our game. But I tell you, brothers, don't panic yet. Keep your feet on the ground, as it's still time to break bread. When it's truly time to leave the cities, don't worry. Our Father will prepare you well. I'll make a video on what to do and where to go in cities when the time comes, so you won't worry. Stay calm, keep your feet on the ground. Now's the time to break bread, my brothers. Breaking bread to complete the number needed for dwellings in heaven's kingdom. The brothers' channels will be here. Go subscribe, watch carefully. There are details you like that will answer many questions, because sometimes